All right, welcome everyone. This is our first live session for batch D of web development for backend. Now, my name is Edmond Kaboy, and I will be the assistant instructor, assisting you throughout your journey. Now, with me here, I also have some of my colleagues that will also assist you while you progress in your journey. Now, the School of Programming is one place that you are going to find out that it's a gem that you've never figured out before, because programming has never been easier to teach. But with School of Programming, you're going to see that things are quite different when you learn with us. So I'm going to allow my colleagues to introduce themselves, and we'll take on from there.
Hello. Good day, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good day, everyone. I'm Anagha Joshi. I'm joining you from St. Lucia. Here, I'm doing internship here with School of Programming. This is my extended period of internship here. So this is a nice journey here with this team. They are really helpful, and what I can tell you, they here especially for those who are new for the programming field, or those who want to restart their journey with programming. So I must tell you, this is the perfect and right platform you have landed up with brilliant coordinator, with Miss Mildred and this very helpful and cooperative team. So welcome all of you, and all the very best for your course journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. All right, Ms. Chairman.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, my name is Choma Igwe, and I want to warmly welcome each and every one of us here. I assist with admin work here in School of Programming and Software Development. I'm also an intern here. I started as a student and I'm still a student learning, but one good thing with School of Programming is there's room for anyone who wants to grow, who wants to soar higher and higher in this field. This school will give you the opportunity to learn, to grow, and they've given me that opportunity. And I want to tell you that you are in the right place. You've not made any wrong decision coming here, because you'll be taught fundamentals of programming. You're not just going to be a programmer who will not be able to defend your onions. Thank you very much. You're welcome once again.
Thank you very much, Ms. Choma. All right, so welcome once more, and I want to apologize for Ms. Mildred's absence. She will be joining us subsequently in the other live sessions. Today, I would be your tutor. So Ms. Mildred is the main tutor for us. Sorry, someone asking a question? Okay, so before we start, I would like to ask if you are having hello. Okay, so if you're having any challenges with trying to find your way around the school website or getting to your resources or classroom, you can always reach out to us from the WhatsApp group. You can contact any of the admin on the WhatsApp group. And then before we start, I would also like to ask if anyone is having any challenges so far from the class lesson videos that has been uploaded. So if you've watched the class lesson videos or you're still trying to install your softwares or understand the softwares, please, you can call my attention right in the live session. And if it's a little challenge, I can either recommend a solution or we are going to book a one-on-one to solve the problem. Okay, now before we start, you always remember that you're free to ask questions. You're free to suggest if you have any suggestions as we teach. So it's going to be interactive. All right, so welcome once more. And I expect that we are going to have a wonderful time at School of Programming because I also started here as a student. Have any knowledge about programming, and I usually thought programming was for smart people, and I didn't think I'll be able to learn codes and all these syntaxes. But when I joined School of Programming, it became much easier to understand, and I have also had much opportunities from this School of Programming. So I'm going to just encourage you to be patient and try and take it easy. So whenever you have challenges, do not get frustrated. You can always ask questions. You can always reach out to us and we'll be here to help you. All right. So for today's session, we're going to be talking about the topics that has been taught from the class lesson. So I have here a slide that I'm going to use to illustrate as I explain the concept of database. So for this backend course, we will be looking at MySQL, we'll be looking at Python, and if when we get to the advanced parts, we're going to see how to make use of Flask and other modules that you can use for your backend development. So we want to start with the basic. And first of all, we want to make it simple as possible so that everyone here that probably didn't have knowledge about programming or any of these concepts will be able to understand and get more understanding as we progress. All right, so first, we want to talk about database. So what is a database? Now, a database is a collection of information that is stored and organized in a way that makes it easy to access, manage, and update. So think of it like a filing cabinet in an office, right? Like we have here. Now, you have multiple folders or you have multiple layers here, and each containing information about different things like customers, customer names, or we have different, like we have layers here. We have for products, customers, orders, and inventories. Now, instead of using paper folders, a database stores all these informations like this you see here in all this information electronically, so we can access it quickly and easily. We have layers of data, so it's organized, but this is a manual way. So that let's say you want to get the name of a customer, and we're looking at, let's say we're looking at a product company, a company that sells a particular product, right? And you want to get the name of a customer and some extra details. So you're going to go through all these layers of data for you to be able to access that customer, which will be exhaustive. So you this which is what we are learning today. Now, imagine you want to find maybe a specific customer, rather than searching through all these papers. You can search in the database within few seconds, right? Now, we have what we call relational database. So we may have data, all kind of data, but what makes them relational, right? So a relational database stores data in tables, which look very similar to spreadsheets like we have here, or a table in a notebook. So each table has rows and columns. So the columns are like categories. They describe the data, such as the person's name, email, the order number, just informations that you could find in a store. So the rows and the actual data entries, this makes it easy to organize and find specific pieces of information. So imagine you're running an online store, and one table could store customer details, while another table could store orders. So we call it a relational database because these tables can be linked or related to each other by common information, such as numbers, or any of the rows that has a common tables that has a common information. Now, let's talk about MySQL. So MySQL is a type of software called database management system. Its job is to help us store, manage, and retrieve information from a database. So instead of searching through endless records manually, we use MySQL to handle everything for us. So you might maybe wondering how we give instructions to MySQL and get these informations. So this is where SQL comes in. Now, SQL stands for Structured Query Language, and it's the language we use to communicate with our databases. So in this class, you learn how to use SQL to ask questions like, show me all the customers in a database, or add new customers to a list. All right, now we have to look at how data is stored in these tables. So databases store information in a very organized way. So instead of random or messy data where it's hard to find anything, a database uses tables to make everything clear, structured like this. So each piece of information is put in a specific place, which makes it very easy to find what you're looking for. So for example, if we store customer names, emails, and phone numbers, each of these pieces of information will go in its own column in a table like this. And this structured format is why databases are so powerful for keeping track of large amounts of information. So rows and columns in a table are the features that we are going to look deeply in when we start writing queries. Now, every row in a database table represents a record. So think of a record as one complete set of data. For example, one record might be a customer, and this row will contain all the information about that customer, like their name, email, and address. So the columns, on the other hand, represent fields. Each column contains a specific type of information. So for example, like the name column will have all the names, and the email column will have all the emails. So this structure makes it easy to find and manage information when you need them. Now, one of the great things about using MySQL is that it allows us to quickly find exactly what we're looking for. You can ask MySQL to search through a huge database and return just one specific piece of information. So for example, if you want to find a customer by their ID, you can write a simple SQL command to search for them, and MySQL will return the results in seconds. We'll go over how to write these queries soon when Miss Anna illustrates this for us. But the key takeaway here is that MySQL makes it fast and easy to find data when you need them. And you can maybe use these data depending on what you need them for. Use them for analysis, use them for different purposes. So relational database are called relational because we can link different tables together based on their shared information. So let's say we have one table for customers, right? So this is a customer table, and details and another table for others, right? We have another table for other here. We can connect these two tables by using a common piece of information like the customer ID. So this means if you want to see all the orders made by a specific customer, MySQL can match the customer's ID in both tables and show you the information you need. So this is called a relationship between tables. And it's what makes database so powerful for managing complex informations. So we're just going to look at how these queries are written, and I'll be handing over to Miss Anna. So she's going to show us how to write queries in MySQL.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Edmund. Good day, everyone. I'm Anagha Joshi. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm Anagha Joshi, and as Mr. Edmund had explained us this concept very briefly, so now we are going to see how can we use structured query language to manipulate this data, these tables, how we can use that language to access, to merge, to update, or to delete the data from that table. So this is our first lesson, first live class for this course, and I think all videos were uploaded on the Monday, right? So you guys must have gone through those videos, and the resources also are available there with full instructions how to download and install this MySQL workbench. So after doing that, let me open one of my connection here. We have to insert our password. Okay. So we can jump to start our queries. Here in this schema, I have these databases. So we can use, let's see how can you see those databases using query. So with keyword show, with show databases, and this query terminates with this semicolon, and we use this sign here, this symbol, to execute, to run our query. So once I execute this output window, so this output window here is the list of all databases available in this schema. right? For our learning purpose, we are going to use Sakila. So what I can do, so to do that, write a query, use Sakila, terminates with semicolon. Okay, and then one more thing, as I don't want this one, but I might use it in the future, I don't know, so I don't want to delete it. So what I will do, I will comment it out with single line comment using hash or double hyphen with space. That also works for single line comment. So let's pick with hash. And now using Sakila, I want to see how many tables I have there. So to do that, show tables with semicolon and execute. This is the list of tables I have here, right? Just a second. Okay. How many rows? 24 rows I can see. That means I have 24 tables. So I want to open page records for one of the table, maybe actor. Let's see. We use select star from table actor with semicolon and execute. That will display the whole table. Star represents the all columns. Here you can see table has columns. Row contains information and column contains the data for that specific row, right? So when I say star from that specific table, that means we are getting the all tables, all columns for that table. We can filter this data. Now sometimes if the table is too large, too big, and we have to deal with only few columns, so we can specify here like actor ID, maybe actor ID. I'm interested in actor ID column, and then first name column. So the column names are separated by comma from table actor. So I should get 2 columns. This is the output. So that's how we can filter this data, this table. Again, there is another way to filter this data. Here at this point, I want to access all record, like all columns from this actor table, but for specific actor ID. So for that purpose, I will use a where clause, where actor ID is maybe 4. Can use 4. Okay, and once I execute, I got 1 row. So there is the record for actor ID 4. This is the full record for that specific ID. That's how we can filter data. And then we have, if you recall the class lessons, we have operators in this week. So let's look at the operators. We have seen, you must be aware about the addition operator, then subtract. Those are arithmetic operators. We perform these actions, right? So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modular. Here this one about the modular operator. We can use that, it is very helpful. We can use that in a specific way, like the conditions where we have to calculate. Okay, what we do generally with division, the answer we get after division is the quotient part we get, right? But with the modular operator, we get the remainder of that division. Now consider a situation we have to find if the given number is even or odd. How do we find that thing? We try to divide the number by 2. If that number is divisible by 2, that means the remainder is 0, right? So that is a even number. If not divisible by 2, that means it is a even number. So in that for that scenario, how can we use it? Let me show you. Like consider this is a variable, remainder variable. What I am doing here, one random number I am using, trying to divide that number using the modular operator by 2. So this part specifically here, it will give me the answer for remainder. So if I am looking for 5 divided by 2, the answer will be 1 here. So the variable data types, all that we are going to learn in the coming lessons. So just for now, we can look this example. We can see this example. So this part will give us the remainder 1. Now what we have to do after we and that remainder, we are assigning that value, calculation of that value to this variable, and we are going to check if that remainder is 0. We are comparing here, right, with 0. If that remainder is 0, that means this is a even number. If that means this condition is true, and if it is not 0, that means condition is false, that means that is an even odd number. So that's how we can use this modular operator. So we are going to learn this in detail later. So and now we have these comparison operators. Just now we saw the equal to operator right here, and then even here what we are doing, actually we are comparing if the actor ID is 4. That's how we can use that operator. Equal to operator, greater than operator, then less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, this is not equal to. So let's look at the example for not equal to. So let's check this new table. New means okay, that one is there. So rental table, I like to see what I'm going to see, I'm going to get in that table. So that's all. Okay, so rental table has all these columns: rental ID, rental date, inventory, staff ID, return date, everything. So here what I want to do, filter the data using that not equal to operator. How can we do that? Let me see. So display a record from table rental where staff ID, let's look at the staff ID, where the staff ID is not equal to 2. Right here you can see 1 and 2. So we should get all rows for staff ID 1. Let me see. Let's execute it. Okay. So here you can see the output doesn't contain any record for staff ID 2. So that's how we can use not equal to operator. After that, we have these logical operators. So let's try to use this in the query. Now here you see staff ID is 2. Now what we are doing here, I want to check the record for staff ID 2 and rental ID maybe 10, 13 something. So let's see. Fetch the record, select star from rental where staff ID is 2 and customer ID. Let's look at the customer ID. Customer ID 130. Okay, yes. Now here you see all record for customer ID 130 and staff ID 2. That's how we can filter the data using this operator. If mistakenly I write 3 and I want to execute it, I won't get anything because with AND operator both conditions should be true. When we apply conditions here with AND operator, that should be satisfied. So here you can see this is false and this is true because we don't have any staff ID with value 3 and we are using AND operator, so we will not get any record for that. But in this situation, if I use OR operator, we will get the record for all customer ID with 130 value. Let's see. Yes. So this is the other logical operator, which is OR. With OR operator, even if one of the condition is true, it will show up the record, right? Now that's how we can use this OR operator. And then the next is between operator. What I want to do here, the next operator is between. So let's see how we can use that operator. Here what we'll do, select the record from this table where rental ID, here you can see rental ID. There are cases when we want to display the record for specific range, right? Here you can see let's see how many rows we have with this rental in this rental table. So we'll have idea. So 1000 rows return. That means we have that much data available here. So I want to see the range from one to the other one. Record for that specific range. In that case, we can use that between operator. Let's see how to do that. So where interested in rental ID. Rental ID. We are dealing with rental ID now. Where rental ID between maybe 250 and 445. Okay. Let's try to execute this. Yes, here you can see 195 rows written. So here I am giving the range for this ID from 250 to 445. So that's how we can use this between operator using the AND operator with this where clause. That's how we can filter this data with these tables. The next operator is in, right? So let's check the other table, which is a country. Here you can see we have this country table. We have these three columns here: country ID, country, and last update. To use in operator, in which cases we can use in operator? Let me show you. If sometimes there are cases when we want to get the record for specific countries. So how we will do? Where, so select the record from country, where country, that is the column name, right? Column name is equal to this Angola. As this is a name, this is a string, it is quoted. Then or country name, maybe some other Austria, okay, Austria maybe, or country maybe Brazil, can use Brazil, right? So that's how we can use multiple R here. And when we execute this query, we get 3 different rows for these 3 different countries. So if I mistype that one, try to get it, still I will get 2 rows for this 2 one, for Angola and for Brazil. So that's how we can use. But in this situation, if we have number of more countries where we have to add here, so this is where that in operator works. Let's see how we can use it. So here select star from country, where country, from there to here, from country, in bracket we have to list the countries. So this is a name, this is a string, so it is quoted. The same names we can use, which is these names are separated, values are separated by commas, no matter it's a string or number. So the next is Brazil. The other one was Austria. Then maybe next we can use China. Okay, so that's how. Let's see if we get the result. Yes, so that returned us 4 different rows for 4 different countries. So that's how we can use in operator. The next operator is like operator. If you remember the previous example for the between, where we were filtering the data according to the rental ID. Here, now what I want to do, let's check the full table first. Okay, here what I want to do, I want to filter this according to the country name. So what I will do, so select all from country, where country like, this is a keyword. All these blue words are keywords, SQL keywords. So like, here I'm basically giving a pattern. Like I want to have a list with country names starting with A, B or anything. So let's go with P. So in single quote starting with P and then percentage sign. So that should return all record for countries start with P. See? Yes. So these are the countries start with P. If we want to have list for countries end with E, so percentage sign and E. So this is ends with E. That means, so let's execute it. That's what we got. So how many, in 6 rows we got, right? And then if we want to have a pattern, like the country name, list the country names with a TH combination. So anywhere in the country name, in that name. So we can use that way in single quote, percentage sign, and whatever pattern you want here, like any combination of letters or anything. So let's execute it. Here you can see how many 9 rows got written. Okay. So here you can see the TH, all these country names have TH in that name, in that string, right? It start with TH. That's how we can filter this data using all these operators. There is one more, not like. That's how, this operator. So now it will display the record without this name. The countries which what will have this combination, it will skip those names and display the remaining ones. So let's see. So 100 rows, all 100 names doesn't have this TH combination in that name, right? So that's how we can use all these operators. There are few other operators. Here you can see some, all, any, exist. To use these operators, of course, we need some prior knowledge for to understand and to use that operators. So once we go deeper into the classes, the lesson, we will be using this and you will come to know how to do that. So that's where we are ending today's live class, and I hope you got it. And any point you have, you feel challenges, you feel you have any questions, feel free to ask admins from this WhatsApp group. And of course, this is your first assignment, I guess. So all the best for your first assignment, and always take, what I will suggest you to take, make notes right from the first week. That will help you throughout the course. So start making notes, watch videos over and over, and practice whatever the topic of that week is. And yes, all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alan. That's very wonderful.
Thank you.
Right. So, bye everyone.